This story is titled, Everything is Not Always What It Seems, written and narrated by Mariana Lopez. All original content, copyright 2016, Mariana Lopez. It was dark and gloomy out. I was 8 years old when one evening my uncle drove my mother and I to the Union City housing apartments, known as the Projects, to see a dressmaker for my aunt's wedding. As I sat in the back seat of the car, I witnessed a life-impacting robbery. A young man grabbed a woman's purse and ran away. Just as fast as he ran away, my heart paced, and this vision stayed with me forever. These visions sparked my first intentions of not only making a better life for myself through education, but I felt as though it was my sole responsibility to help better my community and humankind. As I sit here and write a story for my graduate school course, I realize that I survived the rough neighborhoods that surrounded me in North Bergen, New Jersey. Although I took an ethics course in my undergraduate studies, I was not prepared when faced with an ethical decision in the workplace. Here is my story. Fast forward to 10 years later, while I was in college pursuing a bachelor's degree with a major in jurisprudence that would potentially lead me to a career in law. I was working at a law firm 45 minutes from my house, while also being enrolled as a full-time student at Montclair State University. From a young age, I had dreams of becoming a successful attorney. Visions in my head featuring me as an adult, dressed in a tailored power suit, overpowered my thoughts. When it was time for me to enter college, I was very confident in knowing exactly what my future career would be and what my life would be like. I was well on my way to becoming a successful lawyer, power suit and all. Little did I know that life doesn't always turn out the way you imagine it at the age of 18, and that was perfectly fine. In my undergraduate years, I excelled in pre-law courses, mainly since what we were being taught I had already learned firsthand at work. At times, I would finish the professor's sentences and gain an overwhelming sense of pride in myself. After breezing through my college courses and continuing to work at different law firms across North Jersey, I graduated cum laude and obtained a bachelor's degree with a major in jurisprudence. I worked hard and made enough money to afford my dream car. Life could not have been better. In the summer of 2010, I was working as a senior paralegal at a law firm, making a comfortable living in my dream profession. I felt a great sense of accomplishment as I drove my Benz down River Road, past the beautiful houses and buildings, and arrived at my grand office building. Even the elevator rides up were inspiring, as I shared this elevator with highly successful and profitable attorneys. Upon arriving on the 16th floor and witnessing the spectacular New York skyline, I felt I was on the right path to accomplish my dreams. I was working 10 hours a day, drafting complaints, interviewing potential clients, and gaining new business for my company daily. At first, I believed in my firm. I thought I was helping people. It was always my dream to help Spanish-speaking members of my community. At this point in my life, I was convinced that I had the ability to impact their lives for the better. I thought I worked at a law firm dedicated to helping the lives of these homeowners who were facing foreclosure. To my surprise, I came to find out that the law firm I so happily and eagerly worked for turned out to be a money-hungry capitalist scam company that took advantage of the suffering of these Hispanic peoples. Their real intentions were far from finding a solution. I should have listened to Rubenstein, an attorney I had previously worked for, when he advised me not to pursue a law degree, because as he argued, lawyers made a profit from the suffering of others. The daily operation of the law firm was as such. I would interview clients who would hear about us on a paid broadcast through a local Spanish radio station. They would call up and come in for a free consultation. Our law office would promise these unsuspecting victims that their complaint for foreclosure would be ultimately dismissed. Sadly, as the months went by, I realized little to nothing was being done to help these people. At first, when files ended up on my desk that hadn't been worked on in months, I assumed the office was backed up and I was there to catch up. That is what I did. I put all my heart into working on these files and even took the work home with me. The attorneys I worked for were only interested in the thousands of dollars being made from each new client. I could honestly say that very select few cases I revised were taken care of, and the rest were sent to a pile where they would soon be forgotten. The thought of taking away from families that were already struggling was unbearable for me. I quickly came to realize that there are good and bad people in this world, regardless of their level of education or social status. My views on what was important in life drastically changed, and I realized that I could not continue to work for this mock law firm. 4 years ago, I gave birth to a beautiful and brilliant little girl. Watching her grow and learn sparked my career change. When faced with the question, is doing the morally correct thing worth it at the end? Know that it is. Know that you should always strive to do the right thing. And in the end, all things will come to light, and you will eventually have to answer to someone. The people that are hurt in the process of our unethical decisions deserve to have an answer and ultimately justice.